AirPods Pro. For the longest time, it feels like they've been at the top whenever it comes to wireless in-ear earbuds that have great noise cancellation, great sound quality, great battery. I mean, they kind of have it all, but now they just got even better. In the days following the launch, I saw so many mixed opinions online of people saying it had a much better fit, a worse fit, better sound quality, worse sound quality. So I want to be clear that this review is just based on my opinion. I might come off as being a little critical. I might even be a little pessimistic, but I'm gonna be 100% honest. The design is mainly the same, but a little bit different in ways that matter. Starting from just the case, you can already see it's a little bit slimmer and a little bit taller. Not sure why, but I'm assuming it's because the shape of the earbuds are actually a little bit different. More than the battery life or the audio quality, which did get updated, the thing I found to make the biggest difference was the new shape of the earbuds. You can kind of see from certain angles how the tip here is kind of angled, and the best way I can describe this is hook-like. Like, it feels like once they're in my ear, they're just not gonna come out by accident, which, yeah, that's something I would expect and enjoy. But they kind of hurt. Like, it's not like a noticeable pain or anything, but I describe it as a sharp irritation that you only feel after wearing them for a long time. That wasn't noticeable on the Pro 2s. I think this is probably because the earbuds themselves are bigger and heavier and fill up more of your ear, kind of pressing onto these grills here. So it's interesting because these are the best fitting earbuds that I've ever tried, but they're not the most comfortable. They are the most water resistant. I can't attest to this too much here because I don't normally do like wet things while I'm wearing earbuds. But they are IP57 certified, which means they can handle like super sweaty workouts, or maybe even if it's raining, you can wear them and your headphones won't get freaking destroyed when water like lands on them. Cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But arguably, the most important part of headphones in general would be sound quality. I've done my fair share of testing these and comparing them to the Pro 2s, and I did notice a lot more clarity in the bass specifically. It also does feel like the sound is like pushed outwards, like more spaced out. So if you listen to music and you like to use spatial audio, it might feel a little bit more like spatial. I think most of the time whenever you're using these headphones, you're gonna be using transparency mode, right? Like, so you can hear the world around you. And I've seen a few reviews that describe the new transparency mode as feeling more natural. I haven't noticed anything. To me, transparency mode kind of sounds the same, but you might. What I did notice though was battery life, because it did jump to 8 hours instead of just 6 like on the Pro 2s when using active noise cancellation. Here's a fun fact. If you've been using AirPods or really any wireless headphones for a while, the battery is most likely degraded a little bit. So if you're upgrading to new headphones, whether they have more battery or not, you're likely gonna notice a little bit of an increase in how long the battery lasts. Keeping that in mind, my AirPod Pro 2s were relatively new, and whenever I upgraded to the Pro 3s, I definitely still did notice an upgrade. So if you're coming from older AirPods, expect the battery to last longer than you would ever need it to. Like, I think at this point, battery isn't really an issue on wireless headphones. There's not gonna be a situation you're in where you're in dire need of battery that's not available. I hope that makes sense. AirPods Pro are loved for a lot of reasons, but I'd say the thing they get the most praise for is their outstanding active noise cancellation. Look, the ANC on AirPods Pro 2 were already fantastic. And it's really cool that it lets people listen to music in noisy places where it would otherwise literally be impossible. So when I heard that the ANC on AirPods Pro 3 would be twice as good, I was a little bit skeptical because it was already really good. I wouldn't really see how they would make it much better. I can confirm though, they do cancel out what seems to be twice as good. I don't know how to measure that or what double really means in this scenario, but it feels like it cuts out a lot more sound. And I don't know if that's a reason to upgrade, but I'll get to that. There's actually a new sensor on the earbuds that lets them do heart rate tracking completely independent of an Apple Watch. So you can open the fitness app on your iPhone and start a workout from right there with no watch needed. It seems a little bit less accurate, probably because of the size and also the signal path and vasculature, and also because, it's in your ears instead of on your wrist right by these massive veins. So if you already have an Apple Watch on, it will default to that because it's probably more accurate. But if you don't have an Apple Watch or it's dead, I could totally see how this feature would be useful, like in a pinch. If you do decide AirPods Pro 3 and you want to make them last, it's probably a good idea to keep them protected. So I do want to tell you about this video's sponsor, ESR. The case is made of this white glossy plastic that looks nice until you drop it. But ESR sells some really nice cases for your new AirPods. Like this one has a slide lock mechanism, so if your AirPods fall, it keeps the earbuds inside perfectly safe. And whenever you do want to open it, it's super convenient. You can literally just click it with one hand and it pops open on its own. I love the fact that this is so strong and still able to look really cool. And there are these magnets on the back, so if you pop it on a MagSafe charger, it has 260 grams of magnetic strength. So if you want an awesome looking case that also protects your AirPods and makes it easier than ever to open with just one hand, then this is for you. You can check out the ESR Cyber Tough AirPods Pro 3 case with the link in the description below. There's a bunch of colors, so you can pick up whichever one is best for you. Now, the big question, should you buy these headphones? I'm gonna be real. If you are coming from the AirPods Pro 2s, no. I can't think of any reason, with all the features in mind, why it would be worth the $250 to upgrade to the Pro 3s. Unless for some reason you really, really want to track workouts without using an Apple Watch, which, don't make me wrong, that's a cool feature, but I don't know if I'd label that as a reason to buy. If you're coming from any other pair of wireless earphones and you feel like they're lacking in sound quality or battery, or you just want to upgrade because they're on their last leg, then I could totally see the Pro 3s being a good upgrade. And I would see no reason why you would get the Pro 2s over the Pro 3s if you're buying like new headphones. So these are my honest opinions on the AirPods Pro 3. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like or maybe even subscribe if you liked it that much. And there's a cool video right here that YouTube thinks that you should watch, and I think you should watch. So I think it's a cool video. So go click there. Toodles.